The Detroit Lions didn't meet Super Bowl expectations this year, but a little piece of Michigan will still be in the mix in New Orleans on Sunday, with a large impact on how you see the game. But before that can happen, I went to Jackson to get a play-by-play of how the state-of-the-art technology is assembled. Running to put your team in place to score. High-flying catches in the end zone. Punching it in at the goal line. Or simply moving the chains on downs.
So we can push in on toes to see if a receiver caught the ball while his feet were inbound. We can focus on his fingers. Did he have complete control of the ball?
Those finer, potentially game-deciding details captured by highly specialized cameras inside these bright orange shells known as pylons, made here in Jackson.
Anytime any one of our cameras go to air, it's a really special thing.
Steven Ziegenfuss is the Director of Video Systems Engineering for COSM, the company taking sports entertainment and engagement to another world, and to their beautifully built venues aptly called COSMs or domes, with LED walls featuring 8 to 10K video.
Or you see the shot from the pylon. So that is our video data. And that same video data can actually feed our domes, but we can also use it to do what's called subsampled linear, where we feed it to Fox in the case of the NFCC.
COSM breaks down the barriers of a linear viewpoint, like you looking at me right now, to give you a piece of the action that you're missing out on, like Mike, who's hard at work on that pylon mold back there. It's what Steven calls de-warping.
For, given NFL production, like we're getting ready for with the Super Bowl coming up here, we'll deploy these cameras and there will be an operator that is recording that full immersive set. And that's tied into our real-time replay engine that also has a de-warper, so that we can take heavily warped video and then flatten it out, so that while I'm capturing the whole 180-degree field of view, I can push into the image, flatten it out, and kind of show whatever bit of content that I need to show. So if you kind of imagine, regardless of whether or not the play happened here or whether the play happens here, I don't miss any of the action. Fully contained system, battery, radio, encoder, 4K camera, everything's built into the same thing.
Inside their workspace in Jackson, Steven, along with his team, Mike Dickens and Dave Brown, showed me how the pylons are made, even letting me make a mold using a custom foam formula that is approved by the NFL.
We use some products from a great vendor that we then kind of submix to get the right relationship.
Right down the gap right there.
Between skin thickness and softness of the foam pylon to make sure that we can protect the players and then also protect our very expensive camera systems.
Just one of these pylons with the camera platform inside, whether it's on the goal line or tracking downs, costs between $10,000 to $30,000.
This is a professional broadcast camera system. And most people don't know that. Most players don't know that. Most coaches don't know that. So we oftentimes have players that will just walk in and just kick over the pylons or grab them and throw them.
He says they built about 55 of them this past year for the NFL and NCAA.
Standard broadcast cameras are HD. So if we use some simplified math, that's about 2 megapixels worth of information. So what we need for our domes is probably about a minimum about 30 megapixels. So it's a lot bigger sensor, a lot more data to feed a screen of that size.
And it's not just about those reviewable plays that can spark controversy.
And we specialize in reviewable plays, which is why we focus on the line-to-gain camera systems that we talked about.
The more information they're able to capture allows the storytellers to thicken the plot, serving the drama of the game that's unfolding.
A lot of times in professional sports, it's about the best storytelling. So what happened, and of the 40 to 60, or in the Super Bowl, 150 cameras that are available, which shot gives the best foundational understanding of the storyline that the producer wants to tell?
Those stories will play out on Sunday in New Orleans, where Steven will take a little piece of Michigan.
Jackson's manufacturing capability is incredible.
To make sure they're properly installed and that all of us have the best view possible.
That was so fun. The products also go through a full certification process with the NFL Player Safety and Operations. As for the domes or the chasms that Steven touched on, they have one in LA and one in Dallas, and he said one is slated to be coming to Detroit to offer that immersive sports engagement experience. Still no timeline yet on that, but I will keep you posted.